So today I felt like changing up the angle from where I'm shooting from, because usually it's in my beautiful little nook. But today I felt like being official, so I'm sitting at my desk. Yeah, thanks for tuning in. And I'm really happy to be doing this live with you all today. I have a couple really fun things I want to share with you. One of them is about the post that I have done for this past week. The one post called Walking Alongside Death, and the other post, which I actually posted as a live and put it as a video on Facebook, and that one's titled Vibration. So if you guys have any questions about either of those posts that I did, just shoot them into the chat and I can see them here. And yeah, just going to talk a little bit about that whole process. I know because of COVID, it seems like our world really became turned upside down, and a lot of us were dealing with a lot of loss in a lot of ways the past year. And yeah, loss is not easy at all. And I know that, most of us kind of know that now, having dealt with it on some level, whether it's you lost a person, a friend, a loved one, or a job, or some other aspect of something else in your life just somehow fell away with COVID, and dealing with that loss and like how to restructure after that. After you lose someone, there's a huge, long process that we all go through. And I always have this saying that grief and love are two sides of the same coin, right? Without love, there is no grief. And it's because we love so deeply and so truly and so hard. That's why our grieving process is as tough and as delicate as it is. It's a testament to our love. And so, we all have our way of dealing with loss and with grief. And, in the story, I talked about how I lost my yoga teacher, Jonathan. That was literally my brother. And that loss was so hard and so big and so great for me. And to have this tiny little kitty there that I just we had found each other days before his passing. And then finding out that he was a boy, I had to name him after Jonathan. It was like the way that I soothed my soul through that process, because it was such a devastating loss. It's so hard to put into words when you lose a teacher. And I never even looked at myself as someone that really wanted a teacher or needed a teacher. I didn't know that I needed a teacher until the teacher was right in front of me. And that was Jonathan. And Jonathan was a magical man. And I explained some of how wonderful he was in the story. But, he had this way, I didn't put this in the story, but he had this way of tapping into the deepest potential of a person. He saw it from miles away. He saw the spark of potential in each person, and had the ability to somehow turn it on so well that you didn't even know that it was being turned on at the time. So when he left this planet, it was a blow. I would run around after him being like, Jonathan, so tell me, how do you know that this person is ready for this level in yoga? And how do you know these things? Because I was like, how does his mind do that? So I was literally a sponge, soaking up every drop of knowledge that he had. And I'm so grateful. He was the one that pushed me to do the yoga teacher training. He really did. And if it wasn't for him, I would not have gotten all of that knowledge that I had been craving, really, from him. And I was able to get that knowledge. And then there's a process that happens when you're learning and you embody it. And it was that embodiment that is what I am so grateful for, because it imbued that wisdom that I couldn't understand. And, and there's no way that he could actually put into words. He literally just showed me with his commitment to Bhima Shakti Yoga and pass that lineage down to me. And it has stayed with me always. And it shows up for me in my life in so many fantastic ways over the years. So to that, I thank him all the time, and for so much more. And so the other story that I wrote about, that one was definitely something that was like really, really dear to my heart. And that was a story of a really hard personal choice that I made. And it was gut-wrenching, the choice that I had to make. But the beauty of the whole experience was what happened a year and a half later, when, you know, there's something about vibration that when you really are present and you can feel certain energies so strongly, or feelings with inside yourself so strongly, that that day when I saw him again at that traffic light. If you guys haven't seen the story that I'm talking about, the live that I did, I think it's still up. Check it out. So when I did, I think Wednesday, so 2 days ago. But it was just like that feeling that I felt was like, it was like my antenna went up. I was like, whoa, that's that same fluttering feeling that I had in me. I know that feeling. I know that feeling so well. You know, there's no denying it when you know something so well. You're just like, I know that feeling. And so to have that feeling, and then you look over and you're like, holy shit, here he is right here. It was the most surreal experience I had ever had. It was as if like all time like slowed down and stopped, and I was straight up in the Matrix, and I could see so clearly and so crisp every aspect of him. I could see the side view. He was in the same car that I had been in. I was in that seat, you know, like all of it. It was just so wild, that whole experience. And so, you know, the lessons that are there for us in our lives, they show up in a myriad of ways. And this was one of like the biggest life lessons that I learned to date, was about spirit. And so that story was just, whew. So thank you for allowing me the comfortable space enough that I felt like, you know, it's time and I do want to share this. So thank you for that. And I just started a new Facebook group called Virtual Soul Journey, in case you guys want to stay in touch and learn more about all the things that I've been up to and what I'm sharing with the world, which is a huge part in creating community. So if you're in this group and you're watching this right now, I want to extend a beautiful package that I've just put together. Not really a package, it's just, well, it is a package, but it's very simple, but it's to help with new moon ceremonies. So I created like a PDF that is all about creating new moon ceremonies. So I'm going to attach it in the group in a little bit. And if you find that this is something that brings you value, because tomorrow, I mentioned yesterday that I'm going to be doing a live tomorrow that's all about the new moon, which is the new moon in Pisces, this coming new moon. So if that's something that resonates with you, and you feel like you want to attend the full moon, the new moon ceremony tomorrow, I think I'm going to do it tomorrow evening. So it'll probably be at about like 5 o'clock or so Pacific Standard Time, so about 8 o'clock Eastern Time. If that's something that you would like to do, and you find the PDFs that I've attached helpful, they're PDFs just to help to kind of go through the mind and review your month and see what you want to bring into the new month, because new moons are all about bringing what you want to bring in, right? So I just created a kind of like a calendar, like a planner, so you can follow along with each new moon, and you can review your month, and you can see what you want to bring into the next month. So if you find that there's value there, please share this group with someone that you think that would benefit from what we offer, what I'm offering, what we're all a part of. So yeah, so that's that. And then I talked about that. Oh, and I forgot, the 5-day soul reset's coming up on Monday, March 5th. So if you're feeling like you're coming, like been dealing with some overwhelm, fear, just like you don't have enough time in the day, you don't have enough time to sit and meditate, you don't have enough time to just to be with yourself, and truly give yourself what you need, and not just time sitting on the couch watching a show for a little bit, but truly giving yourself what you need. If you're struggling with how to, or if you know somebody that is struggling with how to like bring things together in a way and like create new habits for yourself that are positive, you need to send them my way for the 5-day soul reset. You can register for that one at www.5daysoulreset.com. And it's just, we meet Monday through Friday from 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And each day we meet for an hour. They are recorded. So if you can't make it, don't worry. You can always check out, we have another private group that you'll be invited to where all of the lives are there for you to participate at your leisure. And there's certain handouts and certain things that I'll be talking about throughout the week that I'll always reference and put them also in the group. So tons of material and tons of ways for you to go through this experience, not just once. They're recorded, so you can go through it as many times as you need in order to make sure that you have gotten every last nugget of goodness out of this that you've gotten. So it's $33, and we meet Monday through Friday from 1 to 2 p.m. next week. And like I said, they're recorded, so you can always catch them later. And it's always fun to invite your friends and do it with someone, do it with a group, because then that way you guys can really bounce things off of each other and share in your experience. And sometimes like you'll have a friend that might have picked up one nugget of goodness and you're like, oh, I must have missed that. And then you can like bounce it off back and forth. So I highly suggest that you check that out because it's really fun. I really think that I have a blast in them, and everyone's learning a lot and connecting, and it's really all about creating community and really just doing what we can to leave behind what we can so that we are light as we can be, so that we can bring in all of the goodness that's around us, that's just like literally waiting there, dangling out in front of us, just waiting to pull in all that goodness. We have, in order to pull that goodness in, we have to make the space. So that is what this is all about, creating the space, making the space, releasing, becoming light. So tomorrow, as we go into this new moon and we do the new moon ceremony tomorrow, just think about what has been manifesting for you in the last month. Not even month, because the new moon calendar, I think it's like every 4 weeks. So the last lunar calendar, new moon, which was, I believe, on like March 11th, February 11th, I believe, somewhere around there. Check in with yourself and see where you were, what you were doing since then. How has your month been? And what do you want to bring forward into the next cycle of the new moon calendar? I'm excited. So check out the group link. I'm going to put it in there. I'm going to put the PDF in there for you all to have. And again, if you find value, share it. I want to grow the community. It's all about growing the community, making it bigger, getting more and more people involved and creating this community. And if you guys want to post stuff, just put it up there and we'll share and share and share. It's all about growing and sharing. Okay, happy Friday. And I'll see y'all later.